What's up, y'all? This is Hussein Nasser from IGeometry, and today we're gonna to do something really special, something really good, really nice, new, out of the box, right? So, what we will be doing today is actually we will not be opening our old project. We're gonna create a new project. So, ready for this? We will write our first ArcObject code not from ArcMap, but we'll write our own executable standalone application that consumes ArcObject. That's right. So you guys already asked for this long time back. So after 20 episodes customizing ArcMap, an existing application, which is this one. So what we did, basically a summary. Let's do the quick, very quick summary. All right. So what we did is basically we customized ArcMap. This application is already there. All right, and we wrote a software or an application on top of ArcMap. So our application is useless without ArcMap. It cannot run because it is actually part of ArcMap. That's why we need ArcMap to run it. And this is good. This is good. Sometimes you don't need to write your own applications from scratch, right? You need all these nice zoom in, zoom out, full extent. You don't want to write all this from scratch, right? ArcMap is a beautiful, rich application. So customizing that application to fit your need is something you might want to do. However, sometimes you want to do some small task, or let's say scripts, or you want to do something that it's really worthless to run ArcMap, or it's an overkill to run ArcMap just to execute a small application or a small button, you know. That's why we will gonna learn today how to do our own executable. So we were gonna write a script or create a new project, Windows Form or exe, console, you name it, even WCF in the future. We're gonna do this. All this, we're gonna do it in this channel. Stay tuned, right? So we're gonna start with an executable here now, maybe Windows Form or a console, I don't know. And then we're gonna write an application that, for example, consumes the geodatabase, our restaurant geodatabase. So as a start, just for fun, we are going to load the, where is this? I'm gonna load the categories and maybe the venues. Of course, our application will not contain a map for starters. It will contain these guys, and it will, maybe we're gonna do this or in the future episodes, right? So let's get started. So this will be a new project. So restaurant is our current project. This is an ArcMap extension. So we need to have ArcMap for this to run. So we're gonna create a new folder here, and you're gonna have both codes, of course, guys. Restaurants. How do you spell restaurant? Okay, restaurants. It's called Standalone. You like it? You don't like the standalone name? Standalone. It's okay. Who is ready? Who is ready? Let's open our own VS Express for desktop. So what we need to do is all right. So this application, let's just describe what this application will do. So this new Windows application, we will open the workspace. You guys know how to open a workspace. We learned that. Okay. And we will open the feature class. You guys know You know how to do that as well. And then we'll loop through the subtypes of that feature class, which is food and drinks. And then we'll populate a drop-down list. So we'll probably need a Windows form project, right, as a start. And then we'll populate the venues as the user selects this. How about that? Does this looks good for you guys? Windows form. So let's call it, no, we don't want it here, browse. We want it in here, select restaurants, standalone. How about that, huh? Let's create a Windows form. So you notice that I didn't go to ArcGIS. I don't need ArcGIS here. In fact, I do not need the SDK altogether, you know, because when you install the SDK, this is what you get, right? These templates is really helpful. But since we are not developing add-ins or extending ArcObject on ArcMap, so this will be really just useful. Just creating Windows form. But we need to do some work here, guys. So let's do this. We need to reference some DLLs. We need to, you know, let's call this restaurants standalone. All right, something like that. Let's go add drop-down list here with a label. With a label, where them labels at? Where them labels at? There you go. Right. Okay. So just thinking here, guys. Let's just display all venues, okay, as a start, because I want to do something that you will know later. Patient, my fellow subscribers, you'll get it. So this application, when you start that, you know what, let's just add a button here that says, where is the button? B, starts with a B, yeah. So all right, load venues. By venues is basically all restaurants, right? Let's call it CMD load, whatever you want to call it, load venues. Very good. So when I double click on this, what we will need to do, we need to open a workspace. We need to open a feature class. Loop and populate the venues. Sounds good, guys? Sounds good? Sounds great, right? Easy, peasy. Right. So, let's get started. So, there are a lot of things that we're gonna face here, first of all, and there are a lot of errors that are gonna pop, and I'm intentionally gonna pop them, right? So we can learn, of course. Let's open the workspace. To open the workspace, we need a workspace factory. Workspace factory. And of course, we don't have any DLLs referenced here. What's this? Collapse all? No. Show all file, yeah. So when you go to references, these are just system. Nothing ESRIs here, right? So remember our method? Reference everything. That's an approach. If you want to do it, you can do that. But I know what I need, right? The workspace is in the data source GDB, and I'm gonna need the geo database. This is what I'm gonna need. I'm also gonna need the version. I'm gonna tell you why, and the system. These 4 things. Of course, guys, I know because I know which reference, which interface goes to which DLLs, right? Let me see if I can teach you how to do that as well, right? Might as well, right? Might as well. So let's say, for example, I want to know iWorkspace factory. On which reference I should get. So what we do is go to Google, simple, and I type iWorkspace factory. All right, when you go to Arc, this is not a professional method, of course, guys, but this is like the fastest method. Okay, when you go to our workspace factory here, it will load the ArcGIS Resource Center, and from here you can, where's that? It's where it was here. Okay, all right. iWorkspace factory. There's a geo database, right? So geo database. That's why I reference the asri.arcgis.geodatabase. Okay, you get the idea. So when I reference here, but there is a class here, so I have to co-create the file GDB workspace factory, and that is in another DLL. Why? Because basically this is the concept of object-oriented. We have to put stuff in the right place, right? This is just a design architecture place. So file GDB is actually in the data sources GDB. How do I know that? Well, I don't. Just Google this. You can. I think you can type it here even. Let's try. So it will tell you. So when you go here, co-class data sources GDB. I'm not making this things up, right? So this is how you find DLLs. That's just an approach, right? So we created a file GDB. Time for opening a workspace. Open from file, and then this is we're gonna hard code this now, and then we're gonna learn how to configure this. We're gonna put some configuration. So my data is here. That's the path. This is the file database. C IGeometry. We're gonna just copy and paste here. It requires a Windows handle. You can put the form if you like, or you can just put 0. That we don't really care about this parameter. There's no parent of this. Let the desktop handle this. So P open from file to return iWorkspace. So I have my workspace finally. What should I do with the workspace? Nothing. We'll do nothing to the workspace. We will do something to the workspace. So I need to open a feature class. How do I open a feature class? Unfortunately, there's nothing called workspace.open feature class, right? You need to cast it to a feature workspace. All the goodies here. All them goodies here. Did I tell you when back in 2005 I was a rookie back then. This is a new developer. So I was trying to open a feature class, all right? So I didn't know this interface existed, okay? So what I really did is, instead of just pfeature workspace.open feature class, what I really did is, this is really funny, and I always tell this story just for everybody just to know that, you know, nobody's perfect and you really learn from your mistakes. So what I had access to the workspace, but I didn't know there's something called feature workspace. So, and I need to open a feature class. I need to get a feature class, and I have the name of that feature class. So what I did is, when you go to workspace, there's something called datasets, and this is an enumeration. So you can enum through the feature classes. So what I did is, actually I looped through each feature class, and in our case, there are literally hundreds of feature class. So every time my program starts, it takes like 15 seconds just to start, just to locate that feature class. So, and and my senior back then is called Muhammad Jabban. Big shout to him. So what he did is that he first he made fun of me, of course, and he embarrassed me, but it was fine. It was fine. So and he showed me this method, and I really laughed. So yeah, good times, good old days. I think it's called food and drinks. Let's open our catalog and see. Feature class as feature class. Is this food underscore under drinks? Yeah. Good. So what we need to do is just open a cursor, loop, and we're done. There's no special filter, right? We just need to display the whole thing as a start. So let's loop. So looping is actually here. So p feature class dot search and true. Yeah, true will do. Again, guys, go to the recycling episode. I explain in thorough details what this is, right? So I really don't need to store any features here, so true will work magically. It's very fast. So p feature as I feature is equal p cursor dot next feature do until p feature is nothing, and then p feature is equal p cursor dot what's that? So we need to clean up the CMB. I didn't give it a name, did I? Where is it? Yeah, I didn't give it a name. So CMB venues. So we go back here. Good old CMB. CMB venues dot items dot clear, and then CMB venues dot items dot add, and then we need p feature dot value, p feature dot fields dot find field. There is a name of the restaurant. Let's just add the name of the restaurant, and we're done. And we are done. That's it. That's it. Right? So when I come here, the routine will complete, and the workspace basically will just demolish, and the connection will be closed. So some of you like to do this. You don't have to. You don't have to, but because the workspace, this is a local variable, right? This is a local object. So the moment you finish this, it will basically terminate the connection that you just made. So my connection will start when I hit this load, and then that's it, right? So let's just add a message here. Let's just add a try catch as well, so it catch in case of any errors. So oh, what's this? All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Message box ex.toString. Okay, so how about that? Shall we run? Let's run. Yeah, so nothing, of course. The moment I hit, it should load, right? Well, I'm telling you, it will not load anything. So what's that, guys? Any ideas before I start? Well, time's up. So I know what this error is. So this error is retrieving the COM class factory for a component with class ID 71ES750E failed to load during this error, cannot supply. This is all crap and bullshit. Okay, don't read this. Right? What it says is that, hey, I could not retrieve this class. I could not co-create this class. It says, okay, why? we used to do it fine. We didn't get this error before, right? So I don't think we can debug, can we? Let's try. Nah, we can debug. We cannot. No, actually we can. We can debug. Oh my god. No, no. Okay, how? Okay, I'm just messed up. Is it command? Is it control? No, it's not control. Is it? This one? God damn it! I don't know how to step in. Where is it? Debug. How to step in? Step into F11. How do I click F11 in Mac? F11. I'm gonna do this. F11. Okay, this will take forever. Is it Alt? Is it Alt? Oh no, it's not Alt. Definitely not Alt. So debug. Step into. Oh, see? So it broke here. So the reason is simple reason. That is because you are not authorized to just create your classes, right? Without actually paying for these classes. So what does this mean? Basically, you need a license. So wait, Hussein. Previously, we didn't code without any license. I remember. Well, you actually checked out a license before you coded your previous code. So when was that? The moment you double clicked. What's that? The moment you double click this baby, you have reserved a license for yourself. And your application is being hosted in this executable. And your application was a DLL, you know, it needed a hook to hook itself to an executable, and this executable pretty much has all the authority and to execute any code you want. So this is your license. So you are licensed to use this because ArcMap is licensed, of course, because you have your temporary license here, right? Let's go here, ArcGIS Administrator. So we are licensed, we are advanced. We basically we had 2 licenses expire and we renewed it for another 60 days, so it will expire 26th of April. So we have an advanced license here. All right. So that is the thing. You need. Why Israel is doing like this? So they did it like this so they prevent you from. If they allow you to just reference their DLLs and just code the way you want, then basically you're gonna build your own ArcMap one day, right? Everybody will gonna build his own ArcMap and compile it, correct? Without a license. So they force you to check out a license before using any ArcObject. And to do that, you have to do it before your code starts, basically. Before you instantiate any object, you have to check out a license. So how to do that? Pretty much easy. So this is how you do it. There's called an object called runtime. So ArcGIS.RuntimeManager.bind, and you're gonna bind. There are so many type of licenses. So what we need is a desktop. This is what we have actually. So we're gonna bind it to a desktop. This is step 1. Right? So we bounded our application to the license from the desktop manager, right? So this is how we check out. This is not how we check out our license. This is just the start. So let's see if did this fix our problem. Let's see. Continue. Nope, it didn't. Why? But we got a different error this time because now you authorize your application to. Alright, you bounded your application to a license, but you did not get a license to use ArcObjects, which are these babies. These are ArcObjects. You don't have a license to do that. So to do that, you have to check out, to initialize a license. And for that, you need something called ArcObject Initialize class. So there is an ArcObject initialize, and that's in system, I guess. Yeah, good. Equal new ArcObject initialize. Beautiful. And before you start, p ArcObject initialize dot initialize, and then you select your product. Our product is advanced, as you saw, right? That's why I have to select advanced. If I selected another product, say, hey, sorry, you don't have it. And the most important thing is after you finish your code, you have to shut down, right? So, oops. You have to just call, you finished everything, you just call shut down to check in the license that you had just used, right? That sounds good, looks pretty. Let's just say check out a license. Coffee's finished. And we run. And we load. And we run. We didn't get any error this time because everything works fine. That was cool. That was really cool, guys, right? So this is what I have for today, right? And in the next one, this is a short episode. I deliberately made it a short episode because in the next one, we're going to continue building this standalone application, something really beautiful, you know? So let's just show you that this is actually an executable, you know? Just build this, close this, and then go to best to run, standalone. I think it will go to debug, bin, debug. See? It's actually exe. How about that? Just double click that. What? Oh my god, no. This is the config file. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is it. The application. See? There was an XML configuration. How about that? Huh? How about that? Load. And that's it. So we managed to talk to our geodatabase from an executable without the need of ArcMap. This opens a door, this unlocks a door to so many possibilities. So the next one, we will do something really fancy here, right? What we will do is basically we will do some editing on our geodatabase right from this. So we're gonna simulate random reviews on our restaurants. So we're gonna select a restaurant and say add 1,000 reviews, and I'm gonna write a code how to add 1,000 reviews to this of different kind, 1 star, 5 stars, and then we're gonna do something good with reporting and stuff. So I'm just thinking here, right, guys? You stay awesome today, and today is a short episode. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Enjoy. Goodbye.